All right, welcome to Smart Money Habits for Successful Entrepreneurs. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, smart money habits is very important, okay, in life in general. So we all know each other. I think, Lori, have you met Chandra and Marissa? Because I know
I think
Marissa.
I've met Chandra. I'm not sure I've met Marissa. I think
Okay.
I've been on another call with Chandra.
Okay,
Lori.
yes, you have. And Anna is coming in.
Okay.
Hold on, I knew somebody would come in after we. Okay, well, we'll go through brief introductions then, because we have Anna coming in all the way from Canada. So we will introduce each other. Hi, Anna.
Hi, guys.
Hello. All right, we're about to do introductions. I started the recording because some of us don't know each other. Real briefly, where you're tuning in from, where you are in your journey, and this topic tonight is 5 smart money habits. And I want to hear from all of you, what are some habits you've implemented over the years today? And I want to have a conversation about money. I was telling the girls before you came in, and I love money and money loves me. I say that all the time. Okay. And, you know, having that relationship with money, a healthy relationship with money is so critical. So why don't we go around the room? Lori, why don't you go first?
Sure.
Who are you? And tell us a little bit about your journey right now. Where are you?
Okay, so I'm Lori Ingram. I'm a spiritual transformation coach. I'm in Connecticut. Just recently, like 2 months now, 2 months, almost to the day, left my full-time job to go and dive into this. So I need some money habits. So my money habits, I have a very detailed budget. And probably the biggest issue for me right now is I don't have my paycheck to fill in the gaps.
Yes, no paycheck. That's huge.
You know, but I was working, it was like, you know, it was a little different. But so for me, it's discernment on where to spend.
Okay.
You know,
where to spend.
Where to spend.
Okay.
And always looking at the return on where I'm spending, like checking in on it every month or two, right? Because there are a couple of places where I advertise and I spend money on that and I network, and you know, so it's that rigor of, is it paying off?
Good. Awesome. Very good. Anna and I were just having this conversation on one of my things, and it's return on investment. Are you getting your return on your investment? All right, Marissa, tell us a little about you and what does money habits mean to you tonight?
My name is Marissa Yates. I'm a portrait photographer in Austin, Texas, originally from Seattle, Washington. Right now I work in corporate America as a social media manager. As I perfect, well, I can never get perfect, but as I gain confidence and repetition in my consultation, booking, and photography, like the whole process, and selling as well. And money habits, I track all my expenses like to the cent. I track every single thing.
Okay.
I've been doing that for a year, and tomorrow I'm meeting with a financial advisor actually, so I can maximize my wealth. Starting now.
Awesome. You are being intentional with where your money is going. And that's one of the things is really what I talk about too. It's being intentional with your money. Where's your money going? You know, we'll talk about the word budget, you know, budget. What does that mean? Okay. Chandra, tell us about you.
Yes. So being intentional with money, I have to admit it's been a struggle for me.
Yep. And I know you're looking for a job right now, and you're also working part-time in your food adventures, Chandra's Food Adventures. I want all of you to put your info in the chat. Chandra has a great blog. She does a lot of videos on some things that she create some food creation. So put your info in there, everybody, so that perhaps you can connect with each other. So money has been a struggle. So has your money story been struggles? Or was there a time that there was abundance? Like, tell me a little bit about, real briefly, like your money story. How has it been over the years?
I've had in the past, there are times it goes in and out. I've had abundances, but then I have losses.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. All right. Thank you, Chandra.
Me too.
Anna, how about you?
All right, so my name's Anna. I'm in Canada, actually in the Niagara region. So I'm really close to Niagara Falls, New York, and Buffalo. So I'm really close to that area. For me, I'm an online business manager. So I help people with financial structure, strategy, helping with the business plan. So Tina helps create that blueprint and everything else. I take it on the next part and then I help you execute it, help you look at different tasks that need to be done and be that sometimes that ear to say, is this really feasible? What's actually can be done and can't be done?
Mhm.
So that's where I come. When it comes to money and abundance, I've been a single parent for 20 years and with
Wow.
3 years.
I didn't realize that long. Okay.
No, not for 20. No, that I have to stand corrected. I'm probably about 16, 17 years still. It's
Okay.
plenty.
Close. It's close.
Anyways, being a single parent. So I've always struggled with money and the abundance of money because, I have 3 sons. So single parent of 3 boys and between sports and everything else. So money's always been a difficult thing with me. But at the same time, I've always when I think money's never coming through, it always comes through. So for me right now, having left the corporate world and currently working in my business and on different contracts and stuff, it's scary to not know when that money's coming in and everything else. But at the same time, my boys are older, so there's not that much of a financial reliance. So I get to take that step back and breathe. But
Mhm.
in reality, it always comes up and happens. So right now I'm in the process of figuring out a change, but for me, I needed to make sure my financial was in order before I can make that change. I didn't know where it was going to come from or what's going to happen. And I landed it today, and I'm actually in the process of signing contracts, which means I've replaced the income that I'm going to eliminate out of my life. And at the same time, I'm actually almost tripling what I was making from that. So
Awesome.
so it does happen, and it happens just like that, just by
Exactly.
doing it.
But here's the thing, by you getting this other contract, see, what you did was you set the intention that you wanted to let go of that relationship, that other situation of the money, where the money was coming. And that money that was coming in was very comfortable. And you put it out there and you said, I'm going to replace that with something else. So you already put that out there, that energy, because I believe it's all energy. And, Lori, she's a spiritual counselor. Everything's energy. It is. Okay. And today I was on a call with some of these top people, and this woman from India, she's a mindset coach. Okay. And really what she was saying is like living as if you already have it. Live how you already have it. Now, that might be like, whoa, what do you mean live like you have it? Okay, my bank account is overdrawn. How am I going to live like I have it? Or I have $10 in my account. How do I live it? But it's that putting yourself in that acting as if your bank account is full. Okay. One of my, and I have it right here in front of me. One of my affirmations is I have a full wallet. Okay. I'm visualizing. And one of the money habits that I want to say tonight is visualizing success with your money. Do you actually visualize that you have the money? Okay. I don't know if any of you have heard this, but writing a blank check to yourself and put it in your wallet for whatever amount you want. I put payable to Tina Kadish $1 million. I have this check in my purse, in my wallet, and it's with me every day. So you want to, I don't know if you hear noise, but my printer is cleaning right now. I have no idea why. Okay. Acting crazy today. Twice it's cleaning. Okay. Energy, all right? So it's all there. And so I know practical habits, yes, tracking. One of you said you track your expenses. Marissa, that's great to do. I track my expenses too. I track my income. Okay, as well. Where's the money coming from? Okay, so you want to track your income and your expenses. So tracking is a good thing. Setting a budget. I used to think the word budget was a bad thing. It was like you're poor. You got to be on a budget. No. Now, Anna, what do you think? Because you're the financial, you're helping entrepreneurs really implement the financial piece. Okay. Budget is not a bad word.
No, but budget gives you an idea of where you need to attain. Now, a budget doesn't necessarily mean you're going to meet all targets. You might be overexpensed or underexpensed, but you need to be able to understand it. I think what people also need to look at is projecting what money's coming in and when it's coming in, and having an understanding of what that flow of money is. And then also making sure you're ready for tax time. Let's be honest, people, we need to be ready for when it's time to file our taxes.
Yes.
And a lot of people do not do that planning and sit there and go, okay, of every dollar that comes in, it's going to allocate to taxes and to paying yourself and everything else. So understanding your flows is very, very important, as much as a budget. You got to know when that money's coming in and then how it's going out, especially when we rely on that money to pay our bills, mortgage, rents, utilities, groceries, car payment, car insurance, whatever it is.
Yep.
But we also have to plan for the future. Like a lot of times, as silly as it is, one of my clients, what I do for them on every month we take $25 of the money that comes in, and we put it away for her state taxes that are due in June. So when June comes, in her bank account, that state tax of $300 is there, and it's already in. So we just take $25. Even with her Kajabi membership, we're taking $160 a month and putting it away every month. So when it's time for her to renew it in September for $1,900, the money's already sitting there.
Exactly.
So she doesn't have to think about it. But those are the little things that businesses can do to make them feel a little bit money okay, and not go, oh my God, I got to pay this big bill, and where is the money coming from? So
exactly.
Really,
that's a good point. So Marissa, when you say the flow is a struggle, tell me about that. What do you mean the flow? Like money, enough money coming in? Like, tell me, what do you mean by the flow?
I have enough money for everything. It's just, I often find myself like just spending more sometimes. And then I'm like, oh, how did that happen? Like, how did I, like, I'll go from having, like thousands to having hundreds, and I'll be like, how did that happen? Like, where did that money go? Like, actually where? And even though I track all of my spending and I track every single dollar that comes in and goes out. Yeah. I even have like pivot tables and everything in Excel, but I still am like, I cannot wrap my head around the behavior, like analytically it makes sense. Okay. But the actual behavior, I'm like, what the hell? Like, where did all this money go?
So why are you spending? So one of the habits I always say is really living below your means. That's one of the things too. You're spending more than you're bringing in. Okay. Obviously you have it. Or here's the thing too. One of the money habits I was going to say tonight too is your credit card debt. Are you paying off your credit cards? Are you every month paying down? Not the minimum, but are you paying more than the minimum? That's one of the things that I did every month. I don't have credit card debt. I got myself into a lot of trouble with credit card debt, and I cut everything. Everything I pay is with my debit card or cash. Okay. And that's it. Okay. And I realized that years ago because I got myself into too much debt. If I don't have the money, I don't spend it. Okay. And as an entrepreneur, no paycheck. Okay. One of the things that I've been taught by my coach is whenever I get paid, put a certain percentage amount towards your business. Like you were just saying, Anna, putting a portion of that money into for the Kajabi, paying taxes. You want to be, again, you are being intentional with where your money is going. You are the one that's responsible for where your money is going. Don't let the money control you. You are the one controlling the money. So Marissa, you're making a decision to spend the money where you're spending it. And you're not, and I don't know if you're doing this, but like when I'm going to the grocery store, like tonight, we were at the grocery store, my husband and I'm comparing this yogurt and this yogurt. This was $6.69. This was $3.59 for a package of 4. Okay, different brands. Both had 0 sugar because we're 0 sugar. Okay, we looked at the calories, we looked at the carbs, we looked at that. I said, why would I spend $6.69 when I could spend $3.59 and it's got the same thing? So I was never doing that before, watching the food prices. Now I am. Because of course,
Yeah,
yes, they're higher and okay, but I'm watching more the money where for the food, because one of the habits that I'm looking at is I'm looking at my expenses, and all of us, we're entrepreneurs or whether we're not entrepreneurs. One of the habits is watch your expenses, track your expenses. Where can you cut your expenses? You know, for example, when I was working in my corporate job, I was spending so much money every day on just coffee. Every day I was buying Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Why? Because I was on my way to work, I was spending coffee. Don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore because I'm not going to work. But even if you're going to work, why can't you bring your own coffee in a nice mug and you're saving money? So being intentional with what can you save in what area? You know, when I started tracking my expenses, Marissa, every month of every expense, I'm a visual. And I saw that the majority of our money was going to food. And I'm like, whoa. And it was only me and my husband, 2 of us. And I'm like, whoa, this is a waste of money. Now, this was before the food prices were going up and up and up. Now I'm tracking it as well, because every month I track my expenses. So that's one of the habits I want you to really track your expenses. Okay. Does anybody not track your expenses? Like where your money's going? Chandra, are you tracking anything where your money's going? What are some of the habits that you have right now? that you're doing?
I just watch my bank account.
Okay, I watch my bank account every day. I check my bank account every day. And I see what's coming in. I know all my debits. And one of the things that I did is all my automatic business expenses are on my credit card. I do have one credit card with a small balance, but everything goes on one card. So
That's
I do
what I
not
did too.
have, okay, good. So I do not have all these different debit dates
Right,
coming out of my checking account.
yeah.
Everything is in one place. So I streamlined where all my money was coming out of that were my business. And plus I have a business account. Okay, as an entrepreneur, all of us, if you're an entrepreneur, you need a business account. Your money separate. And when a client pays us, a percentage of it goes in your business account, or I mean, goes in your personal, okay? But all my money that my clients give me goes into my business account, okay? But if you're not an entrepreneur and you want to even that, do you have a savings account that you can easily transfer over money into a savings account? And maybe pay yourself first. And this is something that I've learned over the years, is another habit. Pay yourself first. Now, what do I mean by that? Anytime money's coming into you, whatever it is, whatever source, are you paying yourself first, like giving yourself a percentage of whatever that is? Like if I get, whatever I get, okay, let's say 5%, I'll say, okay, I'm going to take 5% of that and I'm going to put it in a savings account. or I'm gonna just build it up for my business, build it up for something like I'm projecting, like, what am I going to spend? Like I just invested in a website, new logo, everything. I had the money to do that because I had already planned for it. By the way, I'm launching it tomorrow. So be on the
Yay.
lookout for it. But that was an investment that I knew months ago I was going to invest in that. I didn't just like, okay, I think I'm going to do a website today. I'm going to invest the money. No. So that's what I mean by one of the things in is pay yourself first. Cutting expenses, we talked about that. And, you know, with anything that I talked about credit cards, one of the things that I was doing, and this is, you know, Chandra and Marissa, being that you want to leave the corporate world, and this applies to everybody. I don't think it just applies for people that are in a job and want to leave. I think creating an emergency fund, that's another thing. Can you put money away in an emergency fund? Now, I've seen people, and this is maybe crazy, I've seen people have mason jars and they label the mason jars like vacation, and they'll put money in for vacation fund. They'll put money for emergencies. They'll put money for whatever, fun, maybe clothes or shoes, for me.
Very
Fun
Dave
thing.
Ramsey.
What?
Very Dave Ramsey.
Oh, very Dave Ramsey. Yes, it is Dave Ramsey. But I also sold other people. Yes, because I followed Dave. I have followed him in the past. I haven't been following him lately, but somebody else had shown that to me, to have it all separate. Now, do I do that? I'll be honest with you. What I only do is I have a savings account. I have my checking. I have my business account. I have a business checking and business savings. Okay, so I have 4 accounts and I have my credit card. So those are the things. And I do track my expenses. I do have my income for my business expenses, and I do have my personal expenses and personal income. I track everything on Excel. Okay, I'm not spending money on Excel. I'm not telling you to go out and get QuickBooks. Anna, do you have QuickBooks? You probably do. Maybe you
Yeah,
do.
but I get a free license because I manage other QuickBooks accounts.
Exactly. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
So that's it. But I don't use it for my day-to-day transactions. I don't know what it's, but we have a couple online banks. They're just strictly online. And one of them that I used, I don't pay transaction fees at all. So I have 0 transaction fees with them. And they categorize anything that goes through my account. So I can set up different categories. So then I can actually see pie charts and run and then figure out what is categorized as in what am I spending on food and personal products. I see when I shop, I always go to like the stores where you're picking up your personal items and you're picking up your things. So I clump it into one. That's just the budget area that I use. But no, I'm lucky that I have a bank like that where I don't pay fees. And so if I have to deposit a check, everything's done by taking a picture of. In Canada, we do a big thing here. We do no longer really write checks in Canada. We email transfer. So we actually have a secured way where we can actually email somebody money to their bank account to them, and then they receive it and put it into their account, which is great. Which is great for even rent and stuff like that. So you can pay your landlord, they take the money, you email it, it goes right out of your account and they accept it. So you don't have to worry about, oh my God, when's that check gonna go through? So in Canada, we have a couple different cool things. I'm surprised the States doesn't do email transfer. It is like the coolest thing ever, because you give them a secret code, like you give them a security question that.
And you can email them the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a wire transfer, or we have different, you have like Venmo, and we have Zelle, we have oh my God, Cash App. We have
this is Interact e-transfer that's integrated with all Canadian banks.
Okay.
So all Canadian banks, and you can just email or text if you have their cell phone number. Some of them, they'll get a text message that Anna sent you $100.
Okay.
You go and click, and then you type in the password that I sent you, and
okay, wow,
there you go.
That's awesome. No, we don't have that in the States.
Oh, it's so much easier than going to a third-party app, because as soon as you go to the third-party app, you're paying
Yeah.
a fee. This is,
Well,
this
that's
is
the
part of
thing, and that's part of, as part of running a business too, like we have all these different services like PayPal and all this, and well, Venmo doesn't charge a fee right now. But when you're shopping a bank, that's one of the things I also did, is I found a bank that doesn't charge you a minimum balance, that you have to have a minimum balance, and if you don't, they charge you a monthly fee. So I got rid of that bank and I found another bank, so I just saved myself money just by having that one thing, okay? And even though you say, you know, I'm not going to let it get to this level, but sometimes you do. And then if you do, you have that fee. So what I'm saying here is, again, it's you are directing where your money is going. You're being intentional.
see, here for us, I shop around for my banks. I change my banks every few years or whatever.
Yep, me too.
And the reason why I do that is right now I transfer to another bank, and as long as I have an automatic deposit for 3 months and pay a bill out of it, they'll give me $300
Okay.
for opening that account.
Okay.
Free money.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
not only that too, not only that, with that particular bank, every time I use that bank card, I get points for free movies. So
Okay. So anywhere that you can get free stuff, you know, saving money, you know, really being intentional with that. Any habit that that I haven't talked about that you have implemented that you want to bring here to the group, something you've done that has worked really well for you besides what we've talked about tonight? Anything?
The one thing that I've done is because I do so much myself, I have a lot of recurring payments. You know,
Yep.
I use Canva, right? So I pay for Canva.
Yep.
I have my website on Wix. I have, I use QuickBooks for myself. And I went through and made sure I was using all the things I was paying for, right? Because I think sometimes all right, you know, I was at a point where when I would subscribe to things and forget, you know, and then the payments
yes.
would come out every month. So
Yes.
that's why I check all of my account balances every day to make sure that's not happening. But then I did the cost benefit of, instead of
Ooh,
paying monthly, if
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to be using something in a year, paying it up front, paying a year up front. And
For the year,
and
to
also
save
seeing
money.
where I can eliminate. So
Right.
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 So for example, last year I was in a summit and I had to set up a funnel and I didn't know how to do it. So I signed up for ConvertKit
Okay.
and it was costing me money. And then I figured out how to do it on my website for free. So I
Yep.
took everything off of that, canceled
Good.
that, put everything on my website. It's little things like that that add up, you know.
That it does add up. And one thing I want to say, Canva, why are you paying for Canva? We have to talk because
Why am I paying for Canva? Because I use a professional.
I know I
version.
was using that and I wasn't fine. I don't know about you, Anna, but the free version works just as well. We could talk about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For a while I was actually doing like team stuff with other people too. I'll
Mhm.
have to see. Maybe I don't have to pay for it anymore, but
Yeah.
no,
I
there's
mean,
there's parts of Canva, like there are some promo or premium stuff that you have to have the higher things, but if you're not into the marketing side of it, like if that's not your general revenue generator, I wouldn't invest in something like Canva like that. I would expect a web designer or a social media person to invest in Canva.
right,
Depend-
right. Because you could do Canva for free. A lot of things I mean, I do all my designs for free in Canva. I do not pay for
for free.
Canva.
I'll have
Okay.
to see what I would lose if I.
Check it out.
Sounds
Check it
like
out. But I would definitely recommend, no, I mean, there's a lot of things. And you know, when you were saying earlier, like one of the things as an entrepreneur that you tend to do is spend money here and spend money there. And like you were saying, Lori, about discerning where's my money going. So one of the things as an entrepreneur, for those, you know, people that are going to be watching this video too, watch where you are spending with everywhere. As an entrepreneur, you're brand new, you just started perhaps, and really being intentional where your money's going. And are you getting that return on investment? Okay, and then you got to do analysis, like, like I was saying, Ann and I were talking, and there's an area of my business that I'm really looking at the return. So you got to analyze and look at that track. That's why the tracking that comes in. Okay. Marissa, you just canceled the Canva Pro just now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, that is too funny. Okay. Because I mean, I have found it helpful without it. I mean, I've paid, and then I was like, why am I paying Canva when I can do these images for free? And I'm able to share images with someone else too. Okay. So, and here's the other thing I always recommend: anything that something is being offered at a free trial for 30 days, try something for free for 30 days, and then make sure you put it on your calendar to stop the free trial when the free trial runs out, and then you cancel it. Okay. So anything you can get like that is always good too. Okay. Anything else that comes to mind? Because when I'm looking at everything that I've done, the tracking, the paying yourself first, being intentional where your money's going, watching, looking at, things, because, and it's not just today with everything going up. I think it's overall, being a smart person, being a smart entrepreneur, you're running your own business. If you're not running your own business, it doesn't matter. These money habits applies to everyone. Okay. Chandra, she checks her bank account every day. Yeah, I do too. Been doing it for years. And that's where I see some things that may have been going in and going out that shouldn't have gone out. And I'm able to say, what it was this? Not let it go down. So you really need to be mindful of where everything is going. Even like, again, when you're tracking your expenses, are there areas like eating out versus eating in? Spending money on just like coffee, like I was saying before. Why do you need to buy coffee at Starbucks? Why don't you know what I mean? I watch where that is going. I can't believe, I don't know about you, but in Connecticut, coffee is going really high with just buying coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not a Starbucks, I'm a Dunkin' Donuts person. And coffee is really going up. So I'm like, do I really need that coffee right now? No, I can bring it, or I don't need to drink it. Okay. Anything else? Has this helped at all? Was there anything here that you've learned that was different? Anything? Anybody? Something that you took tonight that you're going to change besides Marissa just canceled Canva Pro? Anybody? Was there anything that we talked about tonight that was something that you didn't know or reinforced? A reminder?
No, I think the biggest thing is watching subscriptions, because those ones can just get out of hand
Yes.
so quickly. I'm even finding now subscription for TV stuff is getting out of hand, because you have Netflix, you have Disney Plus, we have Crave on this side, you guys have Hulu. But when you add and then I'm like going, okay, well, like this past weekend, I couldn't get the football game clearly on because I don't have anything else. I just, either use and digital antenna or just thing. And I'm going, I need a service for this. I don't want to pay for a service for this because it's another thing. So I might as well just pay for cable or satellite because I'm paying for A, B, C, D. So just looking at those things. And then Marissa, with you and your money, and start putting money into another account that you don't really see, like your little squirreling account that you can't touch. I know here in Canada, we have an account, we have a savings account that is online only. So basically it's a free savings account. There's no fees or anything, but the caveat is you can't access it unless you're in your online banking. That's the only way you can get to those funds and stuff. So it sort of puts it out of the way, out of mind, and it helps you with keeping that budget where you need to. But yeah, cash flow is big.
I would recommend. So Marissa, why are you shaking your head no?
I have 2 accounts like that. Yeah.
That you're
I have
putting
2
money
accounts. Yeah, where I don't have there are two savings accounts. I don't have the ATM card for either of them,
Okay,
but I still go into them and get the
Okay.
money out. Like
Okay.
I don't have a problem going online and just being like, let me just transfer over $200.
So you have a spending issue.
Yeah, I spend impulsively. Like I will pay off like $2,000 on my credit card,
Uh-huh.
be on a really nice trajectory, and then all of a sudden be like, I need a new light for photography. I need a new this. And then, oh, like I'm missing this piece. So I have to spend $500 on this new piece in order for me to even use the light I just bought.
Mm.
I need to do this. I need to do that. It just feels like things just come up, you know, like the monthly expenses, you know, like subscriptions, groceries, rent, all of those things are all under control and minimum. I don't eat out. I don't like really
Okay.
I don't go to Starbucks or anything.
Okay.
It's like
the extra
it's like
things
the
for your business, or like like you were just describing the photography. So what you're
Yeah.
spending money on your business to prepare when you're going to be doing it full time. However, you also need to be mindful of that and really set a budget. I'm saying, okay, this quarter, I'm going to spend this amount, and this is what I
Mhm.
need this month to run my business. Like you really need to be, do I need this for my business or do I want it? I mean, you really have to make that decision. I'm glad that you already have accounts that you're putting money towards, but you're still taking it out. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so you really, there's always sometimes, even with money, an emotional spending.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but I was really in that space too many times. You know, I feel good when I spend it on something that really feels good. But one of the things that I've been doing lately, like I've been going to the store shopping or looking at things, and I'm like, I don't really feel like I want this. Like, why am I even like want to buy this? And so that was really a change for me, because I used to just like spend. Okay. So you really want to be mindful of where everything is going and what are you getting out of it. And like, you know, like, and you're still, what you're doing is you're spending all this money on this equipment, but then at the end of the day, what action are you taking moving forward to getting clients for your photography
Well, I have
business?
to build my portfolio, so I need the equipment to build
You do
it.
need equipment, of course you do. Absolutely. So that's, you're spending money in the good places. It's just, you got to still look at, is
Yeah.
it something you need? Can you do what you have and run a business? You got to, you know, really be really mindful of that. Anna, you were going to say something and then we're going to end it soon. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were going to say something. Okay. I'm going to stop the recording and then we can chat. But I thank everybody for coming tonight on this important topic. I think that money is so important. It's not just our habits. I think a lot of our habits come from our beliefs. Okay. It's the stories that we've been telling ourselves over the years, and we bring them in our life, in our adult life. And why are we spending, or why are we saving? There's money mindsets that we have. You know, are we saving, or are we always spending? Okay. Do you believe that money's going to come if you spend it? I mean, that's the other thing. What's your mindset? I mean, we could do a whole talk about money mindset, and I think we will, because it's all about here. Like, what is your whole belief around money? Okay. Tonight, I wanted to really focus on the habits that we have around money, because I think it's really important, these practical habits that we all need. Okay. But some of our habits, it goes deeper. Absolutely. On why we're spending where we're spending. So I will leave it with that, and I will stop the recording.